Arbor police officer, very fine, traveling all over these days. Please give it up for Henry Forbes. All right, Quorum Chic. And Arbor. All right, everybody here to have a good time. Let me hear you say, hell yeah, Henry. All right. That's what I'm talking about. From Detroit, born and raised. Went to Detroit Public Schools, graduated. Yeah. Because a lot of people dog Detroit Public Schools, man. And, they talk about they don't prepare their kids for college. That is complete bullshit. Okay? I went to college, and I was completely prepared to fail. But, if you wanted to get ahead, there was a few things that I had to learn when I got to college. Like how to read. But the kids that went to the, private schools and stuff like that, they had challenges too. I found that none of those kids knew how to start a car with a screwdriver. And they thought they were smart, paying for a bus ticket to get home on the weekend. Yeah. But it's not the teachers' fault in Detroit, man. Their hands are pretty much tied. They need to go back to, like when I was in elementary school. And some of us, we remember it was like, when you cut up in class and they just spanked that ass. And they call you home after they did it too. They call home, hey, Henry was cutting up in class. We had to spank him. And you get home, and your old man standing on the porch with the belt in his hand. And that's when I realized, I said, I'm going to have to go into law, because this shit seemed like double jeopardy to me. But teachers are just different now, man. They just can't do the same thing. When I was in, middle school, junior high when I was there, but they called it middle now. Kid brought the knife to school, pulled it out on the teacher. Teacher said, son, since we're in school, you're going to learn something today. So the first thing you're going to learn is that you never, ever bring a knife to a gunfight. Pistol whipped that shit out there. Straight A's after that. But it's nice day to day. I mean, nice on the month, man. I love the month of May. Everybody loves May, man. It's great. Great month. But I tell you a month I don't like, okay? And that's February. It's cold. It's Black History Month. Because black folks, man, during February, especially after we done watched Roots, we just not real trusting of white people for that month. You know what I'm saying? And white folks will say stuff to us, and we will just misinterpret it. Sometimes. So, like I'm in class, right? Guy comes up to me and says, hey, you going to school for your master's? I'm like, yeah. I'm going for myself. What kind of question is that? That's the kind of stuff you get in February. You can't make this shit up, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, the other thing, I'm at work, right? My partner, goes home for lunch, right? When she gets back, I'm like, hey, what'd you do for lunch? She's like, well, I had to go home and wash my colors. I'm like, as long as we've been riding together, we prefer to be called blacks. So, anybody in here had those friends that no matter what you have at your house, it ain't good enough for them? If you got coke, they won't touch it. You got weed, they won't coke. my class.